Welcome to Not Like This. Jim can't be here this week, so this is going to be a short little episode. Just me. Just me. Got to keep that streak alive. It's been like 9 years. We've gone 9 years without missing a week, so got to keep the streak alive. So this is just going to be a short one, probably. I can't think of the last time I had to do a solo episode. Don't like doing them. You probably don't like listening to them. So we'll just do what we got to do and get out of here. I do have some fun topics before we leave, but hopefully Jim will be back next week. Right now he's moving. He's still doing the move stuff. Most people do it in like a week. Yeah, Jim does it over a course of a couple months to each his own. Let him do it the way he wants to do it. It doesn't sound like he's having fun. It doesn't sound like he's having a good time. He's still phase 7 out of his fucking mind. No internet. I don't know if they're doing like carloads like once a day or something, but they're still moving stuff. It just doesn't sound like a good time. So thoughts and prayers to Jim and his family because they're moving and it sounds awful. So I'll never fucking see him again because he's moved even deeper into the sticks. It was a mess going out there to his previous place. I felt afraid for my life every time. Lock the doors, don't pick up hitchhikers. It was scary out there. And now he's even deeper. So thoughts and prayers to Jim. Last night was WWE Evolution, which I thought was going to be just botchamania. This was the all women's pay per view, and there were botches, and I expected a lot more. I expected maybe a nipple slip or two, just because just the sheer numbers of breasts and nipples in this pay per view. I just thought we'd see it. Apparently, there was a clam slip with Maria Kanellis, and I'll take that. That counts. I'll take a lip slip. So yeah, the pay per view wasn't bad. A lot of the matches just felt like extended Raw matches. They had that WWE stink all over them. The NXT title match was very good with Shayna Baszler and Carrie Sane. That was really good. I expected the Mae Young Classic finals with Tony Storm and Io Io Tony Storm's opponent. I expected that to be longer. I expected that to be better, and that was another one that kind of had WWE stink on it. I wasn't expecting that. I expected it to have, that indie feel or that NXT feel, maybe a little New Japan feel, but it just stunk of WWE style, and it was short. It all made sense. It definitely felt like a "Are you ready for the main roster" type match, and I think both are. I don't know who they'll call up, but they're both very good. Tony Storm's just 22. I don't know how old EU is. So we'll see. I thought it was hilarious that they played a promo package for Crown Jewel, the Saudi Arabia show, during this all women's pay per view. Women not allowed to perform at Crown Jewel, but we'll advertise that show on your show, ladies. God, they're fucking tone deaf. These people. These people. Apparently, they booed it at the live audience. They started playing it, and the crowd booed, and they just kind of shut it off. But people at home, we still had to see this Crown Jewel ad, which they wouldn't say where it was from. They're like Crown Jewel live at WWE Network, and they're not name dropping where the venue is and stuff like that. It made me laugh. So yeah, WWE Evolution, interesting. I liked it. I liked the idea of it. The battle royal had a bunch of like, legends and stuff. Alundra Blaze, Ivory. Ivory was in it, which is crazy. Like Ivory was in Glow. She was in Glow. The glorious ladies of wrestling, the gorgeous ladies. She was in Glow. That was, and now she was in this fucking battle royal in 2018. That's awesome. That's so cool. Um, definitely a fun watch. The opening tag match had Trish Stratus and Lita. Trish Stratus and Lita. Don't know if I. It was neat. it was a nice novelty, a curiosity to see if they could still go, to see, the botches. They seemed fine. They were a little slow. I mean, they're older. It's fine. The most of the botches came from like Alicia Fox, which had a brutal one where she's supposed to break up a pinfall. She did not. She did not break it up, and the ref just had to go. Oh, you distracted me. I'm gonna stop counting. Poor ref. Poor refs in those situations. I know that they're told if they miss their cue, just count the three. But this, I mean, it's like a legends match. You gotta give them some wiggle room. If it was like Randy Orton and Bray Wyatt, it's like no, they should know what they're doing. They can go fuck themselves. But that's not really the case here. Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair. That match was so cool. That was another good match that didn't really feel like a WWE match. They got to go long. They got to use all the weapons: tables, ladders, and chairs, and kendo sticks. It was brutal. It's just some painful spots. Oh God, Charlotte Flair is so good at selling. She's very flexible, but her like moans and groans, like she lets out some good stuff to where you're thinking, I don't know if that actually hurt her, or you know if she's just really good at selling. Because you can tell sometimes when a guy just, they'll swear, they're like, ah, fuck. It's like, oh, that actually hurt him quite a bit, I think. And so Charlotte Flair does a lot of that. She's good. Her character's kind of stale right now. They just keep pushing her as the face, literally and figuratively. And eh, she's a Flair. Let her be a Flair. Let her heal it up. She can do bitch very well. She was doing a lot of it in the match itself. She was taunt Becky and stuff. And it's like and you're the face, supposedly. Just let her be a heel. Just let her be a heel. And the main event, though, see, that should have been the main event. This very good match. But the main event was Ronda Rousey and Nicole Bella. Yeah, it was Bella time. Twin Magic, Bree mode, all the things. I I I read previously that they were rehearsing it all week. It was going to be a 12-minute match, and I expected some shenanigans. Maybe from Ronda Rousey's friends, the four horsewomen, and stuff, because those girls got involved in a previous match with Shayna Baszler. But no, this was just a straight up match. Brie Bella was on the outside of the ring. She was getting involved a very good amount, and it was just a match, and it wasn't a very good match. Mostly because Ronda Rousey was on defense a lot of it. Like I saw the story. She was confident. She was teasing and taunting Nikki Bella, like you're a diva. I'm a fucking UFC monster, and her like her hubris kind of cost her a bit. But I mean, if you're gonna book her like Brock Lesnar, book her like Brock Lesnar. He'll get got every now and then, and he'll flop around like a fish, like oh shit, I just took a finisher, whoa. But he's not on defense for damn near half the match. And those moments are big. Like when you get Brock Lesnar and you hit him with the finisher, or you catch him with something out of nowhere, and he's flopping around and he's stunned. Like that gets people buzzing. It's like, oh shit, oh he might be losing. Like we're gonna see that this Friday at Crown Jewel live at the WWE Network. Braun Strowman, he's gonna have Brock flopping around, but not for half the match. He's gonna get. I don't know. I actually really don't know what to expect from that match. That's gonna be fucking fun. Because Braun's good, but he's green, and Brock's good, but he's green. He's like a 20-year veteran, but he's Brock. He doesn't give a shit. He doesn't. I don't think he could call a match. So that's gonna be fun. That's gonna be fun to see. Um, but yeah, that was WWE Evolution, the first ever all women's pay per view for WWE. Stephanie McMahon was only in it for a little bit. Opened the show with a narration. She got in there with the Mae Young Classic trophy. She's like, "Oh, here's some flowers," and she was there at the end when all the dames are standing on the stage. Nice little photo op, and it'll be in all the publicity stills that they're gonna try to get out there. New York Times, all that shit. all that shit that they do. Yeah, not bad though. I make it a yearly thing. Just let Triple H run it, I guess. It seemed very Triple H esque with the some of the booking and the lighting, and just don't let him do WWE stuff. It was weird that Sasha Banks and Bailey, who've really worked pretty hard the last 5 years for this division, they were in a 6 man tag. Like that's some raw shit. They were going to be in the battle royal. They bitched and moaned, and then they got this 6 man. But yeah, and it wasn't a good match. It was a raw. It was an extended raw match. It was kind of sloppy. You know, Riot Squad's good. Like those girls. So that was WWE Evolution. That's wrestling talk for this week. See, Jim doesn't need to be here for me to talk wrestling. I will talk to myself about wrestling. I do it all the time. Well, I mean, I gotta talk about this now as I look through my notes. I know we talked about it the entire episode last week, but I have a few leftover topics, some follow ups for Halloween 2018, which I have now seen a third time in theaters, twice on the ultra screen, on the big screen. Halloween is now the highest grossing slasher film of all time. Of all time, which is super cool. And I mean, we're it's gonna get a sequel. People are already talking about, reviving some of these other franchises, and we'll see. We'll see. Just you have to have producers that let the filmmakers do what they want, and you have to have the money. This Halloween movie that we all just saw 3 times, the budget for it was like $10 million. That's not a lot. That like indie movies cost more than that a lot of the time. And this was a big movie. This was Halloween. We're getting Jamie Lee back. We're Jock, all this stuff, and somehow they did it with 10 million because Jamie Lee she took points. She took box office points. She was like, I'll do it for the veteran minimum, but I'm gonna get some of those box office points, and that was a good call. That was a smart move. A smart woman, smart lady. So we'll see what happens with the sequels and resequeling to some of this other shit. And if Friday the 13th can get its act together, fucking like LeBron's like, I'll produce it. What does that even mean? What does that even mean? And like the rights to that property right now are in such limbo, in such a swamp of sadness that nothing's gonna happen there for at least a couple years. So maybe this will speed it up. You know, pay the right people off quick enough because you want to take advantage of this. Halloween was rated R. Something else recently was rated R, horror wise, that did very well. I don't think rated R is the problem with box office for a lot of stuff. It's just a lot of those films are shitty or average at best. That's just not good enough. We've shown here you get some good filmmakers, passionate, talented. You give them room to do what they want to do. You don't even have to give them $80 million. Just give them what they need. Some fucking privacy, some freedom, even though they will get involved and change the fucking ending. And they'll make a good movie. David Gordon Green, the director, apparently shot alternate kills for a lot of this in this movie, which excites me. So maybe that lady that got stabbed in the back of the neck, maybe they shot a different death for her and stuff like that. I'm very excited to get the Blu-ray when this comes out in I don't know, March probably. Um, I do think the boyfriend Cameron, I do think he had to have been killed. He just had to have been killed. So I think that's going to be in there, and I'm curious. And now we've got alternate fucking deaths. And the deaths that we have are pretty good. So why weren't these other ones in there? Were they not as good? Were they too good? Hmm? We'll find out. And of course, commentary track um, with Pineapple Express Boys. Apparently, there was a third writer. Didn't really talk about this last week. It's not super important, but as far as writers go, it was David Gordon Green, Kenny Powers, and this third gentleman whose name I don't have in front of me, but I saw this name. I think it's like Jeff Fadley or something. And I was like, who the fuck is this? I was like, oh, this guy's going to be, the unsung hero. He's going to have done all the work. And I looked and he's just like, he's their Pineapple Express guy. He does the projects with these boys. So it wasn't like some third party out of nowhere. It's just literally their tag team partner for projects. So so that's Halloween talk. I saw it 3 times. Highest grossing slasher of all times, and alternate kills confirmed. Very excited. Rob Zombie's in the news. Love Rob Zombie. Love talking about Rob Zombie. What a so. I like how we can go from David Gordon Green to Rob Zombie. Here's the headline from BloodyDisgusting.com. Rob Zombie promises a very different experience with Three from Hell, which is the follow up to House of a Thousand Corpses and The Devil's Rejects. Which a lot of people like The Devil's Rejects more than House of a Thousand Corpses. I don't. I think House of a Thousand Corpses is actually kind of fun, and Devil's Rejects is we're gonna get grimy. It's gonna get grimy. I think it's garbage. I think it's garbage. Sorry. So people were talking to Bill Mosley about it, and he says, I can't say anything. It's top secret. It looks like we are driving towards the blazing guns of the sheriff's department, and that's the end, but we're back. It makes sense to come back now that we're entering a golden age of horror with the success of The Nun. What the fuck are you talking about, Bill Mosley? What the fuck are you talking about? That movie, one, wasn't good. Saw it in theaters. Two, didn't make a lot of money. It was not a success in any way. Bill Mosley, but he's an old man. Just let him say his stupid thing. But I guess the thing that they're trying to hype up with this third one is it's different. Oh, it's so different. Oh, I sure would love to see different from Rob Zombie. I sure as fuck would. So I think this is what Zombie says here. The second was so. I'm gonna do my Rob Zombie. The second, no. Fuck it. He says the second was the second was so different to the first one, and I wanted the third one to be different yet again. If you're just retreading the same movie for a profit, that's a bummer. I hate this piece of shit. I hate him so much. If you just retread the same movie for a profit, that's a bummer, said the director of Halloween 2006 and 2008. You fucking hack. Oh, I hate him. And I guess House of a Thousand Corpses and The Devil's Rejects are different films. One's kind of like a horror movie, and the other one's more of a grimy action thriller cop thing. That sucked, and it did suck. You can come at me about The Devil's Rejects being good. I look just because DDP's in it doesn't make it good. It makes it better, but it doesn't make it good. So yeah, this is what Rob Zombie had to say. Oh, and his wife's. Hey guys, his wife's in it. All right. Who knew? Who knew? Coming 2019. I'm looking at the posters for him, and the posters, they're like mugshots. We're gonna do a series of posters. They're gonna be your mugshots. All right. We're still making college thesis films. That's good. That's good, Rob. Because if you were just retrading the same movie for a profit, that's a bummer. Asshole. A couple more topics here, and then we're out of here. Thanks for bearing with me. Thanks for bearing with me. It's a long 20 minutes, but it's Halloween week, You know, it's 2 days before Halloween where I'm recording this. Normally love this time of year. This year, not so much. But I love getting the news, the horror news, especially with Halloween doing very well. Robert Englund, just talked about Robert Englund, teases that he may have one more Nightmare on Elm Street left in him after all. Once again, this is from bloodydisgusting.com. His quote is this: I think they want to reboot the franchise, but they're going to need a new actor. They're going to need a new actor to play Freddy because they're going to have to do like 8 of them. And I might have one left in me. But yeah. And people jumped on that. I might have one left in me. People want it. People want it. We saw what happens when someone else puts on the fucking pizza pie makeup. It's no good. It's no good. And I think that killed that guy's career because he was Rorschach in Watchmen, and everyone loved him in that. And then what the fuck is it? Jamie Earl Campbell Lee? And then he did Nightmare on Elm Street reboot, and people said, "Sir, we're gonna have to ask you to leave. We're gonna need you to pack your bags, hand in your parking pass, and just get the fuck out of Hollywood. You're done. You ruined it." So we'll see, because I know Robert Englund is gonna be on the Halloween episode of The Goldbergs this Wednesday, which I believe is Halloween. So we'll get to see him in that, and shit, I might DVR that. It's Robert Englund as Freddy Krueger. That's the good shit. I don't care how old he is. Just have him sit down. Have him sit down. The fucking the reboot man or Jamie Earl whatever Lee. He didn't do anything too physically demanding in the reboot. I don't think. You can figure this out, folks. So. But yeah, because of the fucking $80 million opening weekend for Halloween, everyone's coming out of the woodworks. Everyone's gonna be looking around. What can we do? We did Leatherface. We fucked that up. We did this. We fucked that up. Like I think they're thinking of redoing Saw, the rebooting Saw, which I mean you just had one. It's like with Pirates of the Caribbean. I just saw that they're going to be rebooting Pirates of the Caribbean, and I'm like, you just had one of those movies. You have to have a cool down period. You can't just like that's fucking ridiculous. That's terrible. I mean, with Child's Play, those movies are so low key and straight to Netflix that I mean, yes, one did literally just come out last year, I think, but I mean, no, but nobody saw it. No, nobody cares. But for big blockbusters and famous franchises, you can't do that. You can't do that. Because it's Halloween week, some recommendations. I'm sure everyone has seen The Haunting of Hill House. Everyone seems to have binged it. A lot of people like it. Some people say it was good, but it was overrated. Don't let the hype, judge anything. Just watch it, and if you enjoy it, you enjoy it. I thought it was a spooky little show about how a family deals with grief. It's a lot more mental stuff than I thought. Very cool show. And if you do watch it, I just want to give you a little tip. This isn't a spoiler, but I mean it's the haunting of Hill House, so ghosts might be involved, right? I don't know. Give me that. When you're watching it, look in the background for ghosts. During some of these scenes, you just might catch a few. So check out the Haunting of Hill House. I just started up Sabrina, the chilling adventures of Sabrina. I watched about the first 20 minutes of the first episode before I went to bed. I liked it. I don't know if it's for me, like literally. I don't know if they made it for a guy in his 30s, but it it was a good start. There was blood. There were some cool lines. I like the tone of it. It has that Halloween tone of scary, but we're having fun, you know. So let me know what you think of Sabrina. I'll probably end up binging that because I've already seen The Haunting of Hill House. So check out those shows. And yeah, I think that's gonna do it. If you carve your pumpkin, post it on our Facebook page. I want to see. I want to see your pumpkin. I think my pumpkin is going to be the um, the opening credits pumpkin from Halloween because that seems simple enough that even I can't fuck it up. But we'll see. We'll see. So I think that's gonna do it. Hopefully Jim will be back next week. If not, I'll have a guest on. We'll do a Vaulty or something. It won't be more of this. So thanks for listening. This is episode 43. Not like this. Thanks for listening. I just said that. I'm gonna do something different because if you're just retreading the same property, you're not changing anything. It's a bummer. It's a fucking bummer. Ass.